Hi, welcome to ASK Relive. I'm going to talk about self-protection, self-love, and how to really find yourself, how to have the courage to search for yourself and what is your true self is about. This time of year is quite hard for people. You get, it's getting more dark outside and it's getting more cold. And people stay inside and quite isolate ourselves from the other lives outside. But what is self-love? What is true self-love? People talk about you have to find yourself, you have to love yourself for be able to receive love or for be able to love other people. But it is in your heart, deep down in your own heart. You can feel your heart is aching and tic-tacking. The heart space is where love is, sadness, sorrow. Everything is inside our heart, this heart center. And I thought that self-love was, we learn what self-love is. We hear other people talk about self-love, like you have to say kind words to yourself, you have to do something for yourself that you love. It's like it is outside ourselves. But true love is inside ourselves. It's hard to love yourself. It's very hard if you haven't felt loved in your life, if you haven't felt loved in your past life when you were a child. It's very hard to love yourself. And it's quite a ridiculous thing to say to people that, in spite of your past, try to love yourself. And you gave them a paper, where they can write these nice and kind words to themselves, but no one is really interested in you. I'm sorry to tell you that. But in fact, people in general are very egoistic. And this is also in healthcare, where people want to help people. It is in society, it is in politics, it is in school environment, workplaces, families. People are thinking about themselves and to protect themselves because they are afraid of their own past. They are afraid of their own feelings. So if you want to learn what self-love is, or how to, get help for your mental health or something like that, or you will, in general, meet people's own fear. You can see this in all society, It's people's traumas. So we are all affected by other people. So this is very important if you work with people, that you have to really understand who is in front of you. What does she or he wants? And I have to really, have been working with my traumas and release that to be able to face the fear. Because the fear is the key inside. So this is the first step to self-love. To be able to release or go inside your fear. So the fear is the key inside to love yourself. Love is not to only say some nice word to yourself. It's not to breathe the lightness of the day only. It's not only to climb the mountain to look at the sunset. It's also to go down in the sorrow, in the deepest ocean, into the Marianas Trench. The part of us that is hidden, the part of us that nobody really wants to listen to, because everybody in general, and I say this with love, I say this with love to you who listen to this. It's not him or she who has done this to you. It was not their purpose. They are trapped in their own generational trauma. So it's not their responsibility either. It's not their fault. It's their irresponsible, but it's not their fault. It was something that was done to them. But we have to understand what life is about. Life is merely about trauma, passing on trauma, because we haven't learned how to heal ourselves from within. So we are stuck in our own trauma. And that is the life's biggest sorrow in the world today, because we can see this in the nature that we are damaged. We can see it in our children who they are not okay today. Our children, many children are so hurt and they are damaging their own self. And I meet a lot of parents, and sometimes I just see like they come to me and they talk about their children who is feeling unworthy and unloved, or their feeling who is suffering, or their children who is suffering, I'm sorry. And I can see this in these parents, that I can understand why your child is hurt, because you are so depressed, you are so negative, and you are so, but I can't say that. Of course I can't say that in that words, but if our children is suffering, we have to look at us parents. What have I not seen? What am I doing to my child? So why I'm helping adults in their suffering is because I love children. I have to help the children, so I helping the elder. But that is, we can talk about later in some other topics. Today it is about self-love. So what is your fear? The biggest fear in you, I can tell, the biggest fear in you is you. The biggest fear in you is your feelings. And it can't be in another way. Because you have to understand that you learn this fear by your parents, by your significant other. They told you, not in words maybe, but in this energy. They said that you have something inside you that's not okay. And I'm gonna to push that away. Something inside you is not okay. Maybe something that you say, something that you are, something that you look like is not okay. So I'm gonna push that away. I'm gonna reject it. And we felt that, or we heard that. We knew that, we saw that in their eyes, that they couldn't stand this part of us, inside us. They couldn't stand this part of us that in reality was so beautiful. In reality, they pushed something away from us that was so beautiful. You know, we're all like different people, and no one looks the same, no one feels the same. And when I meet people, I say that, you know much more than me, because no one can tell you what fear for you will feel like, or love, or anxiety. It's your own feelings. So I just open up for you, your own self. But no one can take that away from you. And I tell you now that no one can take you away from you. They just told you that you were not okay. But it was a lie. So believe me, you were born in a lie. In madness, sometimes. In sickness, not healthy at all. In sickness. So you have to understand and believe in this. That is also the first step. I have lots of first steps. But the important step is that I have to realize what my environment looked like. And when I can understand that, what my mom, what my father, or some other significant other, what they done to me, what they said, how they treated me or others, how life was, what was I feeling in that moment, what happened, how did they treat me, how did others treat me, how did I treat myself because of this? Did somebody was there? Did somebody talk to me? Did I get support from some? Could I speak my own feelings? If it's like negative or like, red flags here, when I ask you about this, you can understand that I was, and when I say I mean you. I always say I because I want you to know that I'm with you in this moment. You're not alone. I understand you and I'm here with you, and that is the most important thing, because you have to have someone who believes in you, who knows your sorrow, your sadness, your pain. And I have been there. I know what you are feeling, and I can talk with you about it. I will help you. So you have to understand that your intuition, everybody has an intuition. If you come to people and you search for answer, you search for help in some way, maybe it's private, maybe it is in the healthcare or in other places. Who are you in front? Who is in front of you? Who is this person? What is it you're feeling about this person? What does this person give you? Can you sense that is something blockage here? That this person wants to lead you because of their own fears. Listen to that inside you. You have to listen to your intuition. And yes, sometimes our inner self, who is damaged by this trauma will tell us things that is not true, like he doesn't love me, or he treat me unkind, and nobody loves me, I'm not good enough. This is our trauma speaking. But sometimes it's also an reality that she or he doesn't like me. He or she wants to rule me, wants to control me because of their own fears. And most people with trauma who has not been so damaged, who has a clean personality, a clean heart, who is something different than their own past, their own relatives, they become empathic, highly empathic people. And I believe that you are an empath because you have found this video. And what is an empath? It is a highly intuitive person who can sense other people's feelings. Mostly you have been in a past, you have been upbrown in the past by people who didn't treat you so kind, because you have chosen this life. You are an old spirit, you have been through many past lives, and you chose this life. Maybe this life is the most hard for you, because you are so, in all lives we get more and more intuitive and more spiritual, It's the life's path through different lives. It is about the journey to ourselves, to our inner self. So why did you come here, to this life? Ask yourself that. Why did I come here? What is my purpose on earth? What is I'm mostly afraid of? Maybe that is the answer. What am I mostly afraid of? Okay. But back to our discussion about fear and self-love and the past life. Because I know what you have been through, and I know what you are struggling today. Maybe you are very in much pain. Maybe you hurt yourself through physical. Maybe you don't take care of yourself. Maybe you are in destructive relationships. Maybe you have an addiction. Maybe in some sort of, maybe sexual addiction, maybe some other stuff like alcohol, narcotics, or maybe you let people treat you very bad, You just say, take whatever you want, I don't care anymore. I'm so tired of this. And I believe that you have big pain and a lot of suffering today, and that is why I'm here. Because I can feel it. But I want to give you hope. That is my goal. I want to give you hope, and I will try to do the best I can. I will not leave you. So talk about your past. Let's talk about your past, Because we don't do that so often, And that is because people are so afraid of their own past. Politics. In school, teachers, I can see how people treat people so bad, and how grown-ups treat children so bad, and that is so hurtful. But pain is real, the pain that we felt when we were a child. So understand that you feel like this today because of your relatives' fear of themselves and because of their own rejection of their own past. They rejected their own past, their own hurt when they were a child, and they put it into you. They blamed you instead of facing their own shadow, their own hurt since childhood. And children and grown-ups, they will take the responsible. They will take the whole guilt from their parents because children love unconditional. When you were a child, you loved unconditional, and this is something you have to understand. Children love unconditional. What is unconditional love? We adults, we have forgot it. Unconditional love is when you love someone unconditional, that will say without rules. You can be whoever, whatever, I still love you. I will not blame you, I will love you. You can't hurt me because I understand you. This is like the children speak, It's my fault. My parent is hurt. And my parent has pain. And he or she, I can, this is like the child speak, I can feel like my dad or my mom is hurt, He and she say this to me. They don't look at me. They feel so angry now, and I can't do, I feel like I can do anything. I love them so much. I have to help them. If this is my fault, I can't help them. I have to carry their pain, I have to open myself. The only thing I can do is to take their pain inside me. So I open myself and they put it in me, and it's okay, because I love you. It's okay, just I can take it, And then I see the parent feels gooder, quite happy, They say something quite unnice to me. They yelled at me, but I was okay with that, and I can see my mom and my dad feel better now. So I learned a rule that I have to carry their pain. I have to carry and have to take it. And the years go by, and I can't really understand the feelings inside me. It feels dark inside me. It feels like I want to puke sometimes, because I can't talk to someone. I'm sitting here, and I'm coming home from school, and my dad is drinking, or my mom is only working, and when they come home, or when he or she is in addiction, they say something to me, they blame me, and they just complain, but I have learned to take it. I have to help them, so I have learned this, but now I'm getting older, and I feel so black inside. I feel so black, and I can't stand it, and it's hurting me, and I feel and I hear these thoughts that telling me that you're so fucking awful, you're so fucking disgusting, you doesn't look good, you are not able to do anything right. And I know that I'm hurting myself with this, but it's so, I can only hear this now. I'm trying to let it go, I'm trying to push it away, but now it's my whole reality. And sometimes I come to places where I can forget this for a while. I love this place. If you remember some other relatives that you loved, maybe a grandfather, grandmother, or you had some friend, or a teacher. Maybe you had someone. I hope that you had someone. Maybe you had a mom who was like nice and kind and lovely, but you heard these awful things from maybe a father, Maybe I hope you had someone. But when back to this time, when I was there, I could like forget it. This was like a normal place, and I was seen. And then I came back to reality, and now you understand what this child is getting inside, what she or he is like doing or thinking or feeling, and this was you. So here you are now. You have this black inside you. You have lived with this black stuff inside you. And maybe you have own kids, and you have an own life, a family, a job, a career. Maybe you have an own addiction. Maybe you can't work, or you can work. But something, if you have a good life, outside you, quite good life, you love your children, you feel this black emptiness inside you. And here's the truth. It is the past that is inside you. It is their trauma. I'm so sorry to tell you that, but you have like 500 years of trauma inside you right now that you have to release. Because if you not release it, you're going under more and more and more and more. And I will tell you that going back to the first, going into this Mariana Trench, deepest ocean inside you, where you remember, where you see this child hurt, you will be able to do anything about that memory. And that is not the purpose. The purpose is to go back and to see what happened to you, to understand the connection between your feelings today and your feelings in the past. You have to see this link. You have to really feel this link and understand it. And you have to see the damage that caused you this. When you do that, you will find yourself, and you will find self-love for the first time in your life. So thank you so much for listening to me, and I will help you in my next videos. So next time I will talk about something else, and maybe it will be this: how to go back to this Mariana Trench. Have a nice day. I love you so much. Take care. We meet soon. Goodbye.